friends, welcome. It is Christina from C.U.Online, here to teach you about print on demand and Etsy. If you're watching this video, either you are just starting your Etsy store or maybe you have it already set up, but you just aren't seeing sales yet. And today, let's go over how you can just kickstart your store and get those first few sales in, because trust me, those first sales are the hardest, like by far. For example, someone in our private group the other day posted how she just got to 200 sales. That's incredible, but she did know that it took 5 months to get her first 100 sales, but then it only took 5 weeks to get her next 100. And that's exactly the pattern that I saw with my print-on-demand store as well. But to even get there, we need to get our first sales. So let's go over how we can kind of speed up that process for you and get the ball rolling so that you can have the similar progression with your store. My first tip is make sure your storefront is complete. This means a matching banner, a matching logo, your picture in there, your about me filled out, your descriptions filled out, your photos complete. Because if someone goes in and doesn't feel like you spent time on your storefront, or it just doesn't look professional, how are they going to trust your store enough to be able to purchase from you? So spend time on your store when you first open up. Spend time creating a banner, spend time on your logo and any images that you are going to use, and make sure that it has matching branding, because matching branding really does give off this essence of professionalism. This also does include filling your About Me and your policy section so that people are not sending customer service questions or just leaving when they find incomplete information. Number 2 tip, study other sellers. Spend hours. I still spend so much time just on Etsy looking through other sellers who are making top sales. I look for someone who has maybe 20,000 plus sales and just go through their storefront, take in their branding, how they use their descriptions, how they're titling, what their mock-up photos look like. Because if you don't understand what a successful store looks like, then how can you expect to replicate that in your own? Like this store here, they have a matching banner, they have a matching logo, they have everything filled out. They have their sections, they have beautiful looking mock-up photos that really do their designs justice. And when you take a look at this, it's a trustworthy store that you would want to buy from and that you would trust buying from, because obviously they spent time filling it out because they care about their brand and not just trying to make money off quick sales. And just like you need to study storefronts, you also need to study designs, because you need to understand what is currently selling and why, so that you can replicate it in your own store. There are trends like text trends, color trends, even niche trends that happen that start selling more than any other design because it is currently what is popular. And if you don't know what's popular, you can't replicate it in your own store. For example, last month, Roe v. Wade and women's rights was super popular on Etsy and just as a general theme in public. And my store isn't even that niche, and I added in a bunch of designs related to that, and they all sold because it was just what was currently popular and what was being currently searched on Etsy. One way that I like to find trending designs is using what is called Allura.io. It is an Etsy app that has its own website, which can help you with some SEO, but it also has a plug-in to Chrome that can help you when you are searching on Etsy. So I'll look up something like women's shirts. And then a bunch will come in, and you can either sort by relevancy, lowest price, highest price, top customer reviews would be a great one, but you can also just use the extension and it will bring up all of the designs and it will list them and tell you all of their sales. And I like to search by monthly sales. And then you can see how many are selling this month. So this month, this Daisy shirt is super popular. This Girls Just Want to Have Fundamental Rights is also super popular. You can also go by total sales, and the most popular actually is this Daisy shirt. So let's take a look at this. Maybe we can find a different kind of flower, maybe a sunflower. Let's study how they do their titles and also take in what type of mock-ups they are using, because they are obviously working for them. Let's say you already know what niche you want to design for. So let's say you wanted to start creating your Halloween shirts. Open up Etsy, search up Halloween shirts, and then open Allura. And then let us sort by monthly sales. This one is doing crazy. 407 sales this month. And if that's their total sales, that means they listed it and just got 407 sales that fast. That is crazy. Let's open that one up. All right, maybe you can find a different kind of horror coffee. Maybe you can do like an iced coffee horror shirt, or maybe just something in this similar style, like having 4 different like Halloween themed icons across a sweatshirt. I also took a look at Christmas shirts, and take a look at this. This one is currently already selling for Christmas. It was already selling last year, but it's already starting to sell again for this year, with 64 sales already this month. And it is literally just a text-based group Christmas shirt. This was actually also listed on eRank as a popular Christmas theme that people search for, which is most likely to. I can tell you I would have never thought of that on my own. Let's open it up. So it's literally a most likely to blank, which is Christmas themed, and it's just text-based, so it's super easy to make. And people buy these in groups of like 5 to 10. So you can be making serious bucks on just one listing. I also like to use eRank, and you can go to their trends. I do have the paid eRank. So I like to go to monthly trends. It does only tell you for the month behind, but sometimes this is for kicking up trends, which can still be used into August because trends don't just last 1 month. But you can scroll through this and see if you can make any t-shirts related. So let's scroll down. Summer clothing was popular. I wouldn't do Eddie Munson or Stranger Things. Those are copyrighted. Embroidery is popular. Here we can see Halloween is already becoming popular, and that was July. So August, we're going to get more searches. So it is time to start creating for Halloween. People seem to like coffee. You can do coffee shirts, photography shirts, and more. I do like this to get some inspiration on the niches that I'm going to design for. Okay, so now we have our completed storefront. It's looking trustworthy. We have got some designs up that are following trends and currently popular niches, but still, it might be hard to get your first sales because it's really hard to convince someone to buy something as the first person. Like, you wouldn't go to a masseuse and they've never given a massage before. They have 0 ratings online. I can guarantee you probably Googled their reviews before. And if there was none, you probably skip by it. I can tell you I will never book on Airbnb if they have 0 ratings at all. I want to make sure they have 10. So how do you get people to trust you enough to buy when you have 0 sales? The biggest tip, ask family and friends, because these are people who want to support you. And maybe they don't even want any of your designs. Maybe create a custom order for them. Ask if there's anything that they would want on a t-shirt and make them a custom order, because you can still make it on an Etsy listing, have them purchase it. And then even though it wasn't a design that you created to sell, you are still showing that you have a sale. And when they get their product, they can leave a review for you, preferably an honest review. That way you know that what you are selling is good quality. This also helps you understand the process, like what happens when you get an Etsy order. When does it show up in your supplier? How long does it take? So that when you do get your first organic sale, it's not super overwhelming and you're not feeling like you're gonna mess up the whole time. Say you did want a product for yourself, I would still ask a friend or a family member to purchase it for you and get it shipped to their house. Do not buy any of your own products from your same IP address. Etsy is going to see this as you trying to fake your reviews. Even if you're using a different Etsy account, they can tell by your IP address, and I would still not even trust your delivery address. So just don't be ordering these for yourself from something under your own name. Still have a friend purchase this for you. So now you have some reviews in there. So maybe you're starting to see your first few organic sales. Still, how do you get to 100? One thing that I love to do is once I see that a product is delivered, you can tell by going into your orders, completed, and then delivered. You'll see this on your Etsy seller side. And what I do is I send them a message and I just say, hey, I saw your order was delivered. I hope you love it. If you do, if you could leave me a review, I am a small growing store and reviews would very much help me out on Etsy. And that results in so many more reviews than if you didn't ask at all. One thing you are just not allowed to do is not ask for 5-star reviews. So I just say, if you could leave me a review. And the last note that I would like to make is just keep adding new designs. If you have just 5 listings up there, you are not going to be making sales. You might get lucky on one, but with print on demand, more things don't sell than sell. You want to be tossing things up because the money comes from bestsellers, and the bestsellers will shock you sometimes. Some of mine, literally, I just never even thought they would sell, and they are my top sellers, and they sell every day. And that's where the money comes from. You might have 10 listings and expect all 10 to sell, but chances are maybe one will sell. So by putting up more and more listings, you are getting more and more chances at finding your bestsellers. More bestsellers you have, more money you are making, but you cannot make that decision if this is working for you if you've only put in the effort to just put up 10 designs. So without that, you are not going to be making sales and you are not going to be getting to those 100 sales with just a few listings. And as you get listing more and more, your designs are going to get better, your SEO is going to get better, and things are going to get faster. People always tell me, oh, it takes so long to get a listing up. How can you tell me to get 50, 100 listings up? By doing them, you get better and so much faster. I can get a listing up usually in like 10 to 15 minutes now. And I rarely have to think through SEO much, my writing, because it is just second nature because I have done this literally over 1,000 times now. And it's what's going to happen to you. Your first ones are going to take a long time. The later ones are going to be faster and faster. And then it's like not going to be so daunting to be getting up lots of listings. So that is it, guys. So if you are just starting your Etsy store and not seeing the sales, or your sales are trickling in very slowly, just keep reminding yourself, this is just the beginning. You need to set yourself up in the beginning to be seeing the large numbers later on, because this is not a linear path. This is like, whoop. I can't remember what that's called. Someone let me know below. Oh God, that's going to drive me insane. But you know what I mean. You are playing the long game, not the short game. The short game can still be awesome for you, but if you hold off to the slower short term of your store, the long term is going to be what pays off and what brings you financial freedom. If you found this video helpful at all, if you could please give me a subscribe to my channel as I am trying to grow it, that would mean so much for me. Thank you, and I'll see you online.